This is Marginoni, and welcome to another edition of The Good, the Bad, and the Disappointing. First up is the good. Dun dun dun. Thor, God of Thunder. Now, I actually had to think about this for a bit, because there actually were some really good books in here, but I really think that this is the one that, for me, hit it on all cylinders. Now, there's a part of me that is split on this book, though. One is you have this fantastic story of Old Man Thor, with on Earth. Earth is just ravaged and destroyed, and then there's Galactus, and then you have the Roxanne part, where Thor's whining and dining a lady, and he's got to deal with the ecosystem, and the how Roxanne is wanting to destroy the environment, for financial gain, and Thor's helping the girl from Shield. Now, part of me really wasn't enjoying this part, but there was really some funny moments. Like normally you have Thor with ale, and he's like, bring the coffee, like he would be, talking about ale. The way he talks about food, and I really am enjoying the way he's interacting with the Shield agent. It's kind of like he's all in, he's ready to go, and she's just kind of like, you're a thunder god, and I'm just really confused, and I just want to save some baby seals. But at the same time, she's very intrigued with the concept. But anyways, I'm starting to warm up to this part. But what really sold it was Thor and Galactus. The art is just fantastic. Looking at Galactus, I love the smoke clouds, the energy machine. All of this was great. The Roxanne part, I was starting to lose a little bit of interest, but suddenly my interest peaked. And the same thing with this. Thor's like, Galactus, come on, bud. How many times are we going to be doing this? I don't really want to fight you. I don't have my arm. I don't even have my hammer right now. Can't we just talk? Can't you go somewhere else? And Galactus is like, no. This planet has, avoided me all this time, and I will finally taste it, and it will taste good. And then at the end, just sucked me right back in again for that. So that's why, for me, Thor: God of Thunder was really my favorite. It was really like an up and down adventure, and man, this Thor Galactus thing, I think, is panning out to be a very memorable encounter. Now for the bad. What can we say about Wolverine and the X-Men that's good? Nothing, other than maybe it came out on time. Wolverine is a pale imitation of what he is, what he's supposed to be, and I get that. I'm not faulting the writing in that sense, because that's the creative direction. But the school, for the most part, to me, is just it's not even a school anymore. It doesn't have life. It just seems like they're just going through the paces. Wolverine's just, because Wolverine's not really acting like his old self, the teachers are, like, for example, Storm, are getting on his case. Even the students are noticing it. They're hinting of the great apocalypse coming, and, Quentin turning into Phoenix and all that other nonsense. And while that stuff is good, we've already touched on that before. And this is, a whole new direction. So, I don't really want to see the apocalypse part again. But let's just move on. Let's build the character up instead of just constantly bringing them back. And with the Quentin and Phoenix part, and part of me is like, okay, fine, you want to address that, that's fine. But the problem is, like everything else, it's lost its heart. And since the school lost heart, I stopped really caring that Quentin's involved in the school. And for me, that's where I'm just slowly, I should say rapidly, losing interest in this book. It's just not as good as I would hope it to ever be. And I really don't see this thing picking up at all. Now the disappointing. The disappointing is I could not say this book completely sucked and rip it to shreds. But I will say the Animal Man, number 29, was truly disappointing. Now, here's the thing. You're going to have two sides of the fence here. And I'm going to give the book its due. It's well written in the sense that it goes, okay, here's the beginning of the beginning of the end of the story. We're going to tie up all of the loose ends, and we're going to reset you back, so this way everything's all good. I mean, minus his son dead. part. That part stays. But for the most part, we're going to put your family back together and life will be great. Oh, but that only took 5 pages? So what do we do with the rest? Oh, we tell a bedtime story. Now, this is where we're going to get difference of opinion. I think some people are really going to enjoy this part. You know, it's that because, like I mentioned, it's not that it's horribly written. It's just and you know, it isn't a finale. It does really put an end to this series. But my problem is Animal Man was one of the shining moments of the New 52. I mean, this book came out of nowhere. It was an amazing story. It was just, I mean, it brought life to a dead character, so to speak. And it was exciting. It was new. And then when we get to the end, I'm looking at this book with that expression on my face. It just was so bland. They retold the whole story. And it's like, I just read 28 issues. Why are you telling me the same story all over again? And in fact, you're drudging up all this crap, like storylines with Brother Blood and with horrible art. Now, I know I'm knocking the art, and keep in mind, I do believe there's a place for this artwork, and there's nothing wrong with it. But when you look at Animal Man and how Animal Man was supposed to be part of DC Dark, and there's supposed to be monsters and the red and the creatures, and you see this, how are you going to be afraid of that? You know, seriously, you can't. And it's just, it really ended with a whimper. I don't really think that this book even gave, for at least for me, it didn't give the proper respect to the beginning. It just was, it's a sad ending, in my opinion. Really sad. You can tell the book just lost heart, it lost steam, it lost everything that made it special, and it just whimpered to the finish line, which is a very unfortunate. Anyways, comments or questions, let me know. Let me know what your good, the bad, and your disappointing is. Let me know, did you like Animal Man? Did you even buy Animal? Did you even know Animal Man was still being made? Anyways, like and share. Crunchyroll anime reviews right there at that link. I'll have more reviews later. Until next time.